Alright, so here I am doing the 30 random things about me that you may not have asked. I'm doing this because I was tagged by Corrin from Fresh Princess, and the first thing actually about me is that I hate participating in these kinds of chain things, chain challenges. I just don't do it. So Corrin, the fact that I'm doing this tells me how much I appreciate your channel and how much I respect you. So yeah. Second thing about me is that I am a hopeless introvert, and even talking to the camera for me is complicated. I know, although I can be very talkative to people that I feel comfortable with, or that I feel like I have something either to add or something to ask from them or to retain from them. Those two things make me talk more. Third thing is that I hate small talk. I cannot deal with small talk. It's just not my nature. It's not my talent. I so obviously the other thing is that I am never the life of a party. I am usually not in a party to begin with. I'm usually just at home. I'm a homebody, I suppose. So, yep. Now, I guess that's the fifth thing about me would be that I love dark chocolate. But when I say dark, it needs to be at least 70%. And no milk chocolate for me. I just think that chocolate needs to taste like chocolate. And things like even like white chocolate are not chocolate to me. Now, the type of music you might find me listening to would be anything that was done in the 70s, usually. So I like things like Simon and Garfunkel. I like Mamas and Papas. I do enjoy also Brazilian music from the 70s, such as Caetano Veloso and others. But I cannot stand 90s music, I suppose. Well, some of them might be nostalgic. But no. Number 7. I actually did not go to preschool. I entered school right into first grade, and I don't regret. Number 8. I loved school when I was there. Absolutely loved school. If you wanted to punish me, you would actually make me or threaten that I would not be able to go to school. Ninth thing is that I was really good at math and science, and I guess not as much in things like language, like English or even Portuguese when I studied in Brazil. And it's funny that I ended up studying something in the humanities, and that's the 10th thing, is that I went to art school and studied painting, actual old school painting. And the 11th thing is that I hate technology. Even though now I work with technology, I work in video editing, besides the YouTube things that I do on the side, obviously. But I do video editing and motion graphics, so I'm working with technology every day, but I despise it. Number 12, I think, is that I always thought that I was cheated out of life because I was not born in a farm, so I guess I've always liked gardening. Number 13. I don't like talking about myself that much. I hate bananas. That's the one fruit I absolutely loathe. Although recently I've been able to actually enjoy eating green or unripened plantains that are made into tostones, which is a Cuban dish. So that's the way I can eat bananas, although they're plantains, close enough. Because they don't actually taste like bananas, they taste almost like potatoes. So, but the taste of bananas, just no. Number 15 is that I actually eat all kinds of other vegetables. I really am not picky other than bananas. I'll eat the most vile tasting vegetable, and I actually like it. Number 16, I don't like reading fiction anymore, and I suppose that came out of my having to read books, lots of literature, and analyzing literature for AP English in high school. After that, I've been reading nonfiction mainly. Number 17, I prefer salty foods over sweet. My favorite color is blue, but also green. It depends on the shade. Definitely. Number 19, I don't like magenta. I do not like hot pinks or reds sometimes. No, not my thing. Alright, some of my favorite books: Of Mice and Men, Things Fall Apart, Their Eyes Are Watching God. I think that's a nice book. I actually love ceramics. I wish I could work with ceramics and just be a full-time ceramicist. I just don't have the gumption, or I just don't have the connections to do that successfully, I suppose. But I would love to one day have a little pottery studio and just live out of making pottery and growing my food. Which goes to number 23, that I would love to live off-grid. I suppose that's one of my interests, although I don't quite comprehend what that fully entails. It's still something that I aspire to. Favorite flower in the garden would be sunflowers. I like sunflowers because they produce food and they're huge. They have presence. They feed the birds. They're good plants. My favorite vegetable would be I do like kale a lot. I really do. Although asparagus, when you actually harvest from the garden asparagus, I think that would be my utmost favorite. Although artichokes are also good. I don't know. Number 26, I wish I lived in California, in Northern California, because it grows pomegranates in your front garden, and you can grow figs and all the most, and oranges, citrus, all the most delicious food right in your front garden. And people many times don't even give it that much value. Number 26. I am from São Paulo, Brazil. You probably know that. But I am from a huge city in Brazil, and even though I have a love-hate relationship with São Paulo, I don't think I would ever live there again. Mainly because of pollution. It's just a very polluted place, and very violent too. But other than that, for some odd reason, people from São Paulo love São Paulo, and I do. So, number 27. I have not visited most states in the United States. I've only visited a few, mainly here, and I did visit California. But yeah, I don't travel that much. 28, I just don't get out that much. 29, my favorite thing to do on a Sunday is just to watch PBS and either watch Independent Lens or Nova or whatever is on PBS, except for Masterpiece, the classics. I don't like them. I did like Downton Abbey a bit, but nah, no. Alright, number 30. Let's see, really random. I never broken a bone in my life. I don't do that many crazy things anyway, so. Unless you count chipping a tooth, which I have. I just don't have good teeth. But there you go. Alright, so I hope that was insightful, if not highly boring. Thing is, I'm not that much of an exciting person, at least in the standards that usually define exciting people as. So I get to nominate people. I didn't want actually to nominate people, but I will. I will make them suffer through what I suffered through. And first person that I'm going to nominate is obviously going to be Ian from Lolita's Garden. You are not exempt from this, so you must do 30 random facts about you. So second person would be Kay from Late Bloomer. I'm willing to bet you have some exciting things in your life. And the third person will be Tori from Permaculture Homestead. I'm not sure if you've already done this. Maybe. Anyways. Well, there's a nomination. Do as you please, but I went through this. Maybe it's like a rite of passage in YouTube. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next video whenever that happens.